Hi guys, it is Tuesday afternoon and I am here with the beautiful Charlie Ingalls. We are here, we have a hot minute. I wanted to chat about a subject and that another YouTuber started, and I also wanted to share some gifts that Charlie has received in the last 2 days, and also an item that I totally forgot I ordered that I actually originally pictured for Annie Brewster that arrived today, all the way from Australia. So first I want to start off and say that people are awesome and unnecessarily so, and I'm so grateful. I've mentioned several times my challenge in securing sleeveless white onesies for my babies, and I've had 𝚃𝚑𝚊𝚗𝚔 Reborn Neverland, I believe is the name of her Instagram channel, and she also has another selling channel. I'll double check and put it in the description down below. Anyway, she sent me I think 3 sleeveless white brand new onesies this week, and then the next day, or today rather, I received some happy mail from Andrea Hughes, who is a someone who I've connected with and follow here on YouTube and also on Instagram. She sent this white onesie for Charlie. She also sent this binky, which has the little pouch so I can reverse the magnet on the back. Gorgeous. And also this really sweet brand new Carter's Just One You outfit. I'm going to get situated and show you. It has this mustard colored pants with the white polka dots, and then this beautiful green floral top. It's going to be great for the fall for sure, or when it starts to get just a little bit chillier out. It's got the ruffled shoulders, long sleeves, and it's got these vibrant yellow, red, pink, and black flowers, all different kinds of flowers all over it, and a bright yellow head bow. Love it. So thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you guys for being so thoughtful and sweet. It's just so, it's so cool. So thank you so much. Today I received in the mail from Briar Rose Reborns this handmade set that I ordered. And as I had mentioned, I did have Brewster in mind for it because of the colors. But I think that Charlie, who's looking right in my eyes right now, is going to totally rock this out. So I'm actually going to put this on her. And even though I just put the onesie on her, that will probably be coming off because I think this is a little belly shirt and we have her belly plate out. So it is a Peter Pan. It's a little short tank top, crop top. And then she's got this beautiful handmade bonnet. It's like an olive green, or a sage green rather. It's got gorgeous lace detailing and bows where the strings attach to tie, and a beautiful gold bow right at the top center. And I'm actually preemptively tightening the back of the bonnet. I don't know why, but that'd be one of the OCD things. All right. Okay. Oh, we have a little bow here that looks like it came off of something. This little white bow. And since I don't know what it came off of, then we're probably fine because I don't know what I'm missing. So I'm not even going to worry about that. Maybe it was just thrown in there. It was definitely glued to something, but I'm not sure what. But it's totally fine. And then here are the pants. They're like harem style pants with the Peter Pan pattern. And then there's some little words underneath the root of a very big fir tree. Once upon a time, there were 5 little rabbits. Anyway, they're bits of story. So let's go ahead and get her changed. Now the topic I want to talk about was brought up on a video yesterday by Shannon. And hopefully I get the name of her new channel right. And let's go ahead and give a shout out right now while we're doing it, because Shannon her original channel was Lovesme Somerebornbabies, and she was one of the first YouTube channels that I ever found and have watched ever since. She has a large and ever evolving collection, and I find her to have a very sweet demeanor, and I enjoy listening to her talk and seeing her babies. Her channel was shut down without explanation, certainly not on account of any violations, but she's got a new channel out, and I believe it's Lovesme Somerebornbabies 2. So Loves with an S. And look how perfect this is going to go. Yeah. So anyhow, she's got a new channel, so I will put a link to that channel down below. Please make sure that you go over there and you follow her channel. I'm going to put her belly plate on first, I think. So anyway, she introduced the topic of do artists have expectations for collectors? And she mentioned how, you know, we as collectors have a bunch of expectations on the artists about communication and turnaround time and professionalism and all that stuff. But what about the other way around? And I think that the topic came up because of the idea of selling a reborn, particularly fairly quickly after it has been purchased. And, you know, she mentioned, you know, is there guilt, or do you have the, you know, are you concerned about the feeling that maybe you'll offend the artist? And does the artist get offended? Do they expect that you're going to keep their doll forever and all of that stuff? And I definitely want to address the topic, the question itself at large, and that is, do artists have expectations on collectors? And this topic I have discussed privately, and I do want to talk about here. I do absolutely believe that a lot of artists do have expectations on collectors. Now, first of all, I feel like the expectation of clear communication is a valid one on both sides. What is the payment schedule? What is the desired doll? Is it an appropriate partnership? What is the follow-up that's expected? All of that I believe that both sides should honor, okay? I also believe I see a lot of issues introduced. I think we might need a little tank top to go under here. I see a lot of issues that come about when, oh, I love you. I have seen several issues, I shouldn't say a lot, but I have seen several issues come about when people decide that they need to sell a doll and the artist is upset. And I have even seen it happen where not even the artist, but the initial purchaser who has then sold the doll becomes upset with the person that they sold the doll to for selling the doll. Which, that blows my mind, because you already sold that doll. But anyway, I absolutely have seen that. I have seen, and I have also personally experienced selling a doll and having negative fallout that seemed passive-aggressive from the artist after the fact. What I mean by that is, all right, so we're going to do a couple different options with the bonnet here just so you can see it. So let me just talk about that real quick so we can move on. So here's the bonnet fully on her and tied. I think we'll do We're going to do this for now, and I'm going to take a peek. This, uh-oh, we lost our magnet. Oh my gosh, I can't even take you. You are so cute. Okay guys, I had to I had to skip ahead for a second because I got to fiddling. All right, so here's the long and short of how I feel. Not being an artist, being a collector, I've been on the selling side. But more so, I've experienced a range of varying degrees of professionalism and emotionalism in the community coming from artists. And so here's what I think. For artists and for sellers, I'm at the point where I almost feel like I need my own terms and conditions. You know, you get your invoice from your artist and there's like every 6 ways from Sunday, all of the ways in which the artist is protected, which please, like absolutely, that needs to happen. You have got to protect yourself and your money and your business and everything else. But I mean, to the point where invoices reference customs and everything else, which then preclude any coverage by PayPal, even if that particular doll is not a custom. And it seems like non-refundable deposits and non-refundable payments typically have zero caveat, first of all, for the length of time that may lapse between the order and the delivery, and even from communication to communication. So number one thing is I would be very clear, if you don't have an established relationship or established trust with a particular seller, I feel that establishing the expectation, not only the expectation of communication, but also the consequence of failure to receive that communication, actually written out, that if it is not followed in a reasonable manner, that the non-refundable deposit becomes refundable, or the payments to that date become refundable, barring any, major catastrophes, and those can be spelled out. And I know that the topic was, do artists have expectations for collectors? And this is my response. I believe yes, they have expectation that that collectors should carry the majority of the risk. And of course, I do not mean every artist. And in fact, every artist I've worked with, I have had no issue with in terms of the purchasing and the communication. Then again, I've only ever had one custom. Okay, so number one, I'm starting to believe that buyers should have terms and conditions, and there should be a mutual agreement, written contract between the artist and the collector. The second thing that I've noticed is saltiness when a doll is being parted with. And that might be because there's a financial need, but it also might be because you just don't want the doll anymore. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I have been put in a situation where the tone of kindness and respect turned to one of accusation and saltiness after hearing that I was selling a doll that nobody expected me to sell. And that was very uncomfortable. And that was without even seeking to understand the reasons behind it. I have also witnessed, as I mentioned earlier, secondhand sellers getting very salty about their, friend in the community or what have you, that turns around to sell a doll that they sold to them. In my opinion, if you really were that sad about the doll leaving that close circle, you would buy it back no matter what, And typically they can't because they're buying other dolls. So they certainly must understand the situation that the seller is in. But I digress. I feel like the second part of my contract that I dream of having when I go to purchase a doll is the following. I am not adopting a puppy, and I am not signing forward to give this doll a forever home. Part of my collecting habits may include rotation of my collection from time to time for varying reasons not listed here. If you are not comfortable with this collecting approach, then this may not be the relationship for us. Something like that. And then in my opinion, you've addressed the topic right away before you even got the baby that, hey, I don't keep all my dolls forever, and there's a good chance that eventually I'll be selling this doll. Hey, do you want first right or refusal? And by the way, I don't want there to be emotions involved. So if you feel that that's going to be difficult, maybe we shouldn't do it. But again, it's not a puppy. I'm not guaranteeing a forever home. It is a purchase. And yeah. So yes, there's the long answer, Shannon. Yes, I do think that there are expectations put on collectors. I do feel like there's also an expectation sometimes of buyers to be ready to buy right away. This topic has certainly been addressed, the idea of time wasters. Now, I have had time wasters and all of that, but I do feel I have seen people fly off the handle for simple questions and come out full blast, totally unprofessionally with screenshots and everything else when somebody may just be asking questions. Now, if I'm going to spend $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 on a doll, you better believe that I'm going to ask questions before I commit to buy. Number one, is it in my price range? So what are you selling the doll for? Number two, are you the artist or who is the artist? Number three, can I see detail photos? All of that stuff. And then if I'm not sold 100% yes that that price is for me, for that doll, then I'm going to pass. I don't want to feel obligated. And I have been in situations where I feel obligated to buy the doll if I have asked questions. Now, I haven't, thank goodness, actually bought the doll, but I have definitely felt obligated to buy the doll. She's just sitting here all still while I yammer on. So I think that's another thing, you know, the expectation that people will just trust the work and be ready to pay. And it doesn't work that way. It shouldn't work that way. Anyway, it's kind of a rant, I guess, but I love that topic. I definitely feel like there needs to be some very clear professional boundaries from both sides. And I feel for those of us that have purchased from friends before that have to move on for one reason or another. I totally sympathize and empathize with not wanting to offend or hurt the feelings of your friend. And I understand too that having to separate emotions from the art because it's a business is sometimes easier said than done because you pour your heart into this and you want someone to fall in love with it forever. So I get it. It's not easy, but we choose how we behave and handle our emotions. Anyway, thank you for visiting us. Oh my goodness, I love this outfit on her. She's so cute. Such a sweetie pie. You guys, I'm hoping to have a new surprise to show you by the middle of next week. We've cleared customs, so we're going to see how that goes. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging in here with this sweetie pie. And again, I'll put the links down below to the channels that I mentioned and the Instagram pages that I mentioned. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until I talk to you next time, sending much love. Bye for now.